All right, what is up, chat? What is up, chat? We're back again. We're back again. Second stream since that long 1 month hiatus, but we are back. Okay, and I know what you're probably thinking right away. So let me address this first and foremost. I know camera quality crap. It's because I'm using my webcam for this stream. What we've done for so long. Uh, One reason for that, I didn't plan to be here tonight. I woke up extremely late, slept like 3 hours, so I was like, if I try to stream with 3 hours of sleep, it's going to be a shit stream, so we're not going to do it. However, the Discord, the Discord chat has convinced me. The Discord chat has convinced me to give it a try anyway, but I did not charge my new camera, so kind of got to work with what I got. So we have to use the crappy, shitty webcam for tonight's stream. That's okay. That's okay. We can still get our message across. What's up, Patter? What's up, Sanchez? Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Sanchez. It's been so long, dude. I missed you. I missed you. Hold up. Let me get let me get comments pulled up and all that good stuff. If I can even do that, I might have to do that later. It's not saved. Okay, we'll just have to read comments off here. That's fine. Hello, Wonder Bro. What is up? Welcome. I'm curious to see if we see anybody here in here tonight that we didn't get to see yesterday. I know a lot of you have been very concerned due to my absence. I promise, by the way, I promise, if I ever, for any reason that is in my control, decide to quit streaming or take a very long break from streaming or anything like that, I will be announced. Okay, it will be announced. You do not have to speculate, or none of that good stuff. So, if something out of my control, like what happened, happens again, just believe me when I say it doesn't mean that I just randomly quit streaming on you guys, alright? That would never happen. Hi, I would stay, but it's 6 a.m. here. That's fine. You can always catch it later if you're interested. You can always catch it later. Uh, let's see here. I'll go back to sleep. No problem, Arnold. You can like I said, you can always catch it later, dude. Hello, Wonder Bro. Thanks for all you do. What's up, Lucy? Welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Like I said, guys, I didn't plan to be here tonight, so I didn't charge my good camera battery. So we have to use the shitty webcam for tonight. That's okay. We can still get our point across. I believe it. I believe it. We can still get our point across. Let me see here. This actually does happen quite often, where I'm like, I don't think we're streaming tonight, and then the Discord chat, I'll be talking to the Discord chat, and yeah, yeah, they talk me right into it. They talk me right into it every time, every time. Let's see. Okay, so what are we going to be talking about, guys? What are we going to be talking about tonight? We are going to be talking about the real you, the real you. Okay, versus, and when I say the real you, I mean the new you, the accepting you, the person that you are trying to become with this practice, right? So the new you, the real you, whatever you want to call it, versus the old you. What is the old you? The old you is that second fear person. The old you is that worrier. The old you is the person who fights every thought and feeling, right? So that's the old you with the old habitual mindset of fight, 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 resistance, 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 what we call second fear, aka worry. That is the old you, right? The new you, the real you, whatever you want to call it, is the you that is practicing the accepting mindset, right? Is the you that is practicing the accepting mindset. So tonight we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the old you versus that new you, and we're going to be talking about how that's kind of like building a muscle. It's kind of like building a muscle. Now, like I said, I didn't plan to necessarily be here tonight because I woke up extremely late with only like 3 hours of sleep. Uh, so this stream might be a little rough. I hope not, but it might be a little rough. But you can thank the Discord chat for us being here. You know, they convinced me. They convinced me. So who else we got? We got Mike. Wonder Bro, can you share your Christmas wish list link? I can do that really quick for you, Sanchez. No problem, dude. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. How do I do that? How do I do that? been so long that I forgot how to do pretty much everything. Invite? Yeah, here we go. Okay. This should be it. Can I don't know if I can drop it in the chat though, because I'm not signed in here. You know what? Sanchez, I will personally DM that to you if you want it, because I am not signed in over here. Didn't realize that, so I can't drop it in the chat. Let me see. All right. Okay, there we go. Good to see you back, Wonder Bro. What's up, Jay? Welcome, dude. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I will personally send that link to you, Sanchez. I am apparently not signed in on my end to get to the live chat where I can actually drop it in there on the account, but I will personally send that to you. All right, guys, how long have we been? 6 minutes. Like I said, it is a pretty late stream. I don't expect a full crowd tonight. I expect this stream to be mostly viewed after it's uploaded, and that's okay, but the Discord chat talked me into it. Terry, what's up, Terry? Welcome, dude. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. We're 6 minutes into this. We're probably about as full as we're going to get tonight. So go ahead and get started. The real you versus, or the new you, whichever you'd like to call it, versus the old you, the power struggle. It's going to feel, okay, it's going to feel a bit like a power struggle. It's going to feel a bit like a power struggle, and let me explain why. Because it's like building a muscle. It is like building a muscle. You got to think of it this way, right? The old you who has these habits of resistance, this mental negative thinking, this mental negative worry. So when you get the anxious feelings, you get the anxious thought, you have this habit that you've developed probably for years where you jump right up into your mind adding all of this second fear. Oh God, I don't want to feel this. This is horrible. How do I make this stop? You know, that thought said this. Let me argue with that. Let me debate with that thought. Let me try to figure this out. This is all the old you, right? That's what I mean by the old you. These are all the nasty old habits that you've had for probably a very, very long time, right? Now, when you learn about acceptance, when you learn about starting to embrace the thoughts and feelings, when you learn about no longer fighting with the thoughts and feelings, right, and you start to practice that, so when these thoughts and feelings do come around, you remind yourself, you give yourself little reminders. It's okay to feel this. That thought said that. That's fine. It is what it is. That feeling is doing this. Okay, let it do its thing. When you start practicing this new attitude, this new mindset of acceptance, right, there is going to be a little bit of a power struggle. And what I mean by that is you're going to have the old you, the old habits. Old habits die hard. Those are going to be there and they're going to pop up from time to time. Anybody and everybody in the chat right now who has Retch Recovery will tell you that when they first started to practice the accepting mindset, it didn't feel real to them. They didn't believe themselves when they said, you know, it is what it is, I accept it, or they had a thought and they said, you know what, bring it on, it's fine. They didn't necessarily believe that, but they practiced that because it's like building a muscle. It's like building a muscle. So you're not necessarily going to quote unquote believe the new you right away. You're not necessarily going to just flip a switch and go from the old you with all these nasty bad habits of worry over these thoughts and feelings to a brand new you, right? There's going to be a bit of a power struggle there, and that's okay. It's like building a muscle, right? So when you first start out with acceptance, or maybe you've been practicing acceptance for a little while, you may notice that the old you that we keep referring to does pop up from time to time. At first, it's probably very often, and as time moves along, the new you should start to kind of dominate the old you, right? But at first, it is probably very often. But you will notice, right? When you start practicing acceptance, when you start embracing these thoughts and feelings, when you get a thought and you just say to that thought, you know what it is, I don't mind, you know, when you get a feeling and you say, you know what, do your worst, you know, I'm here for it, you can feel free to express yourself, you know, when you start to talk like this to yourself and you're starting to practice that accepting mindset, it may not feel real and you may have that old you that still pops up from time to time. So, for example, you've been practicing acceptance, I don't know, like a week straight, right? And then the next day you get hit with some pretty strong anxiety and you get up in your head and you start going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? Fuck, fuck, fuck. That's the old you coming back out. That's the old you popping its head back up. right? And you got to make the conscious choice in that moment to say, okay, that's the old me. Let's practice the new me. That's the old me. Let's practice the new me. That's the old me. Let's practice the new me. Even though practicing the new you doesn't feel that comfortable, even though practicing the new you feels kind of strange, kind of odd, kind of foreign, you're not used to it, right? But you still make the conscious choice in that moment to spot when that old you is coming out and to practice the new you instead, right? Right? It feels a bit like a power struggle. I understand. Terry, Terry, thank you so much, dude. Dab for Terry. I appreciate you, man. Make it rain. Terry, tonight's sponsor is Terry, guys. Give Terry a round of applause. Thank you so much, dude. I'll update that in just a second. So, the old you versus the new you. It is going to feel like a power struggle. You are going to have to treat it kind of like going to the gym and working out a new muscle. Just because you make the decision, you watch a stream, you read a Claire Weeks book, and you make the decision, hey, I'm going to become this accepting person. I'm going to become this person that does less worry. I'm going to become this person that does not do all this second fear. Just because you made that choice doesn't mean you don't have to, analogy, go to the gym and work that muscle. You have to work that muscle. You have to work that muscle, and it's going to feel like a power struggle. It will at first, at least, right? It will at first. But here's the thing, you just got to become aware of that. You got to become aware that there's going to be moments where the old you pops up. You got to become aware of the fact that you might have moments where old habits die hard. You got to become aware of the fact that it is going to feel like training a muscle. I have to work on this new attitude, right? I have to work on this new mindset. The first time that I dedicate to acceptance and I get a negative thought and I tell myself, you know what it is, you're probably not going to feel very confident in that. The first time you start to practice acceptance, you get some strong, anxious, panicky feelings, and you tell yourself, I embrace it, let it come. You're practicing this attitude. You're probably not going to be very confident in that, right? How do you get confident? How do you build confidence? By treating it like working out a muscle. Right, the old me is there. The old me is trying to pop back up. I'm wanting to worry, but you know what? I'm going to put that worry off, and I'm just going to try this acceptance thing. And this is what it looks like at first. This is what it looks like at first. A lot of back and forth. A lot of back and forth between old habits, the old you, and the new you. And when you first start practicing that quote unquote new you, you're not going to have all the confidence in the world. You're not going to necessarily believe in it, right? It's not going to necessarily feel real. A lot of people think when they first start practicing acceptance, I don't know about a lot of people, but there's a handful of people that think when they first start practicing acceptance, okay, I make the choice to say it is what it is to these thoughts instead of fighting with them and giving them power. I make the choice to embrace these feelings and keep a mindset of, fuck it, right? Okay, well, I should be a brand new me, right, Wonder Bro? I should just, boom, just like that. I've made the choice. No, no, it does feel like a bit of a power struggle. It does feel like a little bit of a back and forth. But no matter what the anxiety throws at you, mentally or in your body, you make the choice to do your best not to go back to the old you and instead practice working on the new you. Right? So, what does that look like? An example. You guys know I love examples. Let's say you're chilling at work, you're minding your own business. You've learned about acceptance. You know that fighting with these thoughts just empowers them. You know that dreading and worrying about these feelings just gives the anxiety fuel. You've learned all this, you know all this. You're chilling at work, you're ready to put this into play. You're waiting for your opportunity. Here it comes. Here comes all those strong feelings. You know the feeling. Your gut starts to sink. You're in the moment. You know it's game time. You got to remind yourself in that moment, right? Okay, I'm going to start trying to worry here because that's what the old me does. I'm going to start trying to add all this second fear because that's what the old me does. You become aware that those old habits are going to be there. You become aware that the old you is still going to try to projectile vomit all this bullshit. Right? You become aware of that, and then you make the choice to practice the new you instead. And even though you don't believe it, you say to yourself, I accept these thoughts. You say to yourself, I accept these feelings. You say to yourself, let these feelings do what they will. You say to yourself, okay, if that thought happens, so be it. You say these things to yourself because you're practicing building that new you. Even if you're not confident in it, even if you don't feel the best while doing it, you are practicing the old you regardless. Right? Someone says the live sign looks blurry. It's because I'm using my shit like $30 webcam tonight because I didn't charge my DSL camera because I didn't know we'd be here, but you guys taught me into it, so here we are. Love you guys. So, anyway, you are practicing the new you regardless of the old you trying to pop up. You are practicing the new you regardless of how strong the old habits are for the old you. You are practicing the new you even though you don't believe in it. You are practicing the new you even though it doesn't feel real at first. You are practicing the new you even though everything inside of you is telling you to tuck tail and run. You are practicing the new you even though the old you is wanting to worry so bad because it's tempting to give into that habit, right? Because that's all it is. It's a habit. So you are practicing the new you with these little accepting reminders. It is what it is. Let these thoughts do what they want. Let these feelings do what they want. Gonna have a productive day. You are practicing all these little reminders. You're practicing this new attitude. You're practicing this new accepting mindset. And you're treating it like building a muscle. You don't come into it thinking that as soon as I start to practice this, I'm going to nail it. You don't come into this thinking that as soon as I start to practice this, my anxiety will calm right down. You don't come into this thinking as soon as I start to practice this, this will just become the new me. You've got to work at this new you, just like you would work at building muscle. Just like you would work at building muscle, you've got to work at the new you. You can't expect old habits to die overnight. You can't expect the old you that's been doing all of this negative bullcrap with the worry and the second fear, same thing. You can't expect that old you to just disappear and never show back up ever again overnight, right? There's going to be a bit of a power struggle. You're going to want to go back to the old you. The old you is going to pop up in certain moments. You're going to start doing the worry again. That's fine. Catch it. Make the conscious choice to work on the new you, even if you don't fully believe in it. Make the choice to give yourself accepting little reminders, even though they don't seem to be working in the moment. Make the choice to build this new, what Dr. Claire Weeks called the accepting inner voice. What did she mean by that? She did not mean to fight with your thoughts and feelings. By this accepting inner voice, she meant, right, practicing being this person who reminds themselves that it's okay to feel this. That's what she meant by that. But you got to work on building that accepting inner voice, just like you would a muscle. I know I keep giving that comparison, but it's so true. I can't decide, I can't learn about how to diet and what exercises to do. I can't gain all this information and then think to myself, well, I'm going to be ripped by tomorrow. Look at all this sweet information I got. I'm going to be ripped by tomorrow, right? Doesn't work that way. I gain all of this information and then I start to use it, and the first day in the gym, nothing looks different, right? Okay, thank you so much. I start to practice using this great information that I got. I got this folder full of diets and exercises. I start to practice using this great information. But the first day in the gym tomorrow, I'm not walking out of that bitch with a six pack, right? It might take me a bit to walk out of there with a six pack. Now, I'm not saying it takes as long to heal your nerves as it does to get a six pack, but I think you get the comparison here, right? Okay? Practicing this new accepting you will take the edge off this anxiety. It will, very quickly, right? Very, very quickly. But I don't want you looking over your shoulder asking when. I don't want you looking over your shoulder saying, is it gone yet? Because what is that? That's already more worry. You got to practice building this new you, and you will take the edge off this anxiety. Not only that, but most importantly, you'll start to heal, right? But you've got to be aware of when the old you is trying to get you to do all this worry and negativity and blah, blah, blah. You got to be aware of that, and you got to realize that the new you is there. You just got to work on the new you. The new you is there. The information is there. You've just got to build on the new you, right? So, gonna feel like a bit of a power power struggle. I almost choked and died. Gonna feel like a bit of a power struggle. You're gonna have the old you there that's doing all this negative blah 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 blah. You got to catch that, call it out, and say, no, I am making the conscious choice today, tonight, whatever, to work on the new me instead, to give myself accepting reminders, to do little things, to do things that are going to benefit me, to work on my accepting inner voice, right? Which does not mean to fight or obsess. It just means to give yourself those little accepting reminders. It's going to feel a bit like a power struggle, but you've got to work the muscle out of the new you and make that new you bigger and badder than the old you, right? Right? Dr. Claire Weeks called it gaining the accepting inner voice. So, perfection is not required. We just got to work the muscle out. We just got to work on that new you. Perfection is not required. Another thing to remember, as soon as you hit the gym, you don't walk out with a six pack the very same day. right? Another thing to remember, it may not feel real. It may not feel like you believe yourself when you give yourself the accepting reminders, but that's because you're not used to it. That's because you're used to the opposite, right? So there's just a handful of things for you to remember. The old you versus the new you, start working on that. Start building that new you, right? Might take some time, but you got it. Might take some time, but you've got it, right? Somebody said, I struggle with being stuck in constant racing negative thoughts. Very common. Worries all day, making me not be able to relax and enjoy stuff. So what you want to do is you want to greet these thoughts with an accepting attitude. You want to cut out the middleman. Don't add the worry. Instead, just say fuck it. Right? It is what it is. Some people call this, acceptance. Some people call this response prevention. Whatever. We're cutting out the middleman. The more you fight with these thoughts, it's the same as signing up for a boxing match with Muhammad Ali. You're not going to win, right? So acceptance is all about working on that new you that doesn't do as much worry and just keeps that accepting mindset of so what to these thoughts and feelings, even if that doesn't necessarily feel real to you at first and you still feel anxious. You keep this attitude and you work on that new you regardless, right? Because it takes time to build a muscle. That was a mouthful, man. I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say for tonight's stream. You guys, give another big round of applause for Terry in the chat, please. Let's take a minute to spam the chat for Terry and give Terry a huge thank you, a huge shout out. This dude has helped me a lot. He's helped me a lot. He's been a big, big time supporter here on the channel. Not only that, but he has sponsored tonight's stream. So Terry is the reason that you are seeing tonight's stream. But like I said, my camera battery for my nice new camera wasn't charged. I woke up late. I was like, you know what, we'll do a stream tomorrow. But Terry was like, nah, dude, we got this. I'll sponsor a stream tonight. Just let's make it happen. So you seriously need to thank Terry for this, or else we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. So give Terry a huge shout out, guys. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and update that tip goal. Terry is the sponsor. There you go. He got us to our tip goal today. 53-day streak. Absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane. 53 days, chat. Take that in. I know that we, had all that bullshit happen. I couldn't stream for a month, so we kind of lost the hype a little bit. But let's get that hype back up, man. 53 days. Let that sink in. I appreciate it. That's a badass stream message. I appreciate it, Lucy. What's up, Gustavo? Good to see you, dude. Gustavo, you're an admin on the Discord, right? So I should probably make you an admin here. I keep forgetting I'm not logged in, though. So I'll have to do that next time. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot we got a tip that I didn't read because I was mid-rant. Who was that? Kate. Kate with the $5 tip. Thank you so much, Kate. Let's add that to the tip goal. Huge shout out to Kate. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate you. You guys like the little Santa Claus making it rain? I thought you'd like that. Glad I could help not only you, but the great advice you give. I appreciate it, Terry. I really do. I apologize that we had to use the shitty webcam tonight. You guys were starting to get used to the nice quality. But like I said, I just didn't expect to be here. I thought it was too late, but so I didn't charge my battery. But it's okay. I think we still got our point across. That's fine. That's what matters. I'll definitely put that on charge tonight, though. Don't you worry about it. Wonder Bro, you didn't notify the Discord. I'm late. See, I told you guys I'd mess up somewhere. I told you I'd mess up somewhere. This stream was not supposed to happen because I only slept 3 hours last night. I forgot to notify the Discord of this stream. It's okay. It'll be uploaded. It'll be uploaded. You can always catch it on the channel. Also, for just a second, okay, I don't want to get all serious and blah blah blah, but for just a second, let me say something. Okay, we talked about this before we got to the point tonight. I want to say it again. If something comes up, for some odd reason I decide I'm going to quit streaming, for some odd reason I decide YouTube's not for me, if that day ever comes, which I seriously doubt, but if that day ever comes, I will let you guys know. I won't just drop off the face of the planet, right? I know some people thought, well, maybe he's just done. Maybe he's just done with it. No, it was out of my control. I had some shit going on, and there was no way for me to do it. Sanchez! I knew it. I knew it at some point. Sanchez rounded it up to 69, dude. I appreciate you. Hey, give a round of applause in the chat for Sanchez, man. But yeah, guys, some people out there thought, well, maybe he's just done with YouTube. Maybe he's just dropping off or whatever. Understand something, right? I would never just do that. I would announce it, right? If I was going to be done with YouTube, I've got the respect and the love for you guys to announce that. I wouldn't just randomly say fuck it. So if anything out of my control, which God forbid that should never happen again, but if anything out of my control ever does happen again in the future, right? Understand that it's not because I quit unless I said that's what was happening, right? Unless I said that's what was happening, that's not what's happening, right? Okay, so don't jump to wild conclusions in the future. Don't let your imaginations run away from you. Thank you so much, though, for the concern. I do appreciate it. That shit meant a lot to me to, you guys being so concerned. I do appreciate that. But just for future reference, don't jump to conclusions too quickly. If I ever decide to quit YouTube, you'll be the first to know. Right? I just wanna make that known. I know a lot of people are upset and worried thinking that I was gone for good. Sanchez, hope you're doing awesome. Yeah, my boy Sanchez, man. Show some love to him. Show some love to him in the chat, dude. Getting us up to 69. He's famous for it. He's famous for it. That's his thing. That's Sanchez's thing. He tries to get us to 69 on the tip goal, so. Damn, make the money rain. You guys like the new fat Santa Claus, notification? Is that good for everybody? I thought it was funny. I don't know. I'm getting old. I think I'm getting old. Now I find little cute gifts of Santa Claus, fat Santa Claus making it rain. I find it cute and funny now. 10 years ago, I'd probably be like, "That's such a dad joke. How stupid." I don't know, dude. I'm starting to get all this beard turning gray and everything else. It won't be long before I start sharing fucking minion memes on Facebook. Oh God, when I share my first minion meme on Facebook, please do something. Do something about it. Don't let me become that. Don't let me become that, chat. No minion memes, please. That's how you know you've reached the peak. You're starting to go downhill from there. 69 all day long. Hey man, another huge shout out to Terry, dude. This wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for you, man. I appreciate it. Sanchez, I got some bad news for you. Got some bad news for you, Sanchez. Your 69 is gone. Your 69 is gone. My boy Gustavo just came in with the $20 tip, taking away your 69 and putting us at 89. Can we give a huge shout out in the chat for my boy Gustavo? He's been a longtime supporter of the channel as well, so let's give him a huge round of applause. I appreciate it, guys, every single one of you. Thank you, Gustavo. Also, I'm going to take a quick sip of the Mountain Dew here. Sorry, Sanchez. I know I agreed on more water, but you gotta understand, dude. I only had like 3 hours of sleep. I gotta have some caffeine. Gotta have some caffeine. Yeah, huge shout out to Terry. Huge shout out to Kate. Kate, thank you so much. Huge shout out to Sanchez and now Gustavo. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Have no idea how much that helps. Being away for a month, out of my control like that, it really did put me in a bit of a fucking hole. I don't really talk much on stream about my personal life. Obviously, I try to keep that to the side as far as finances and stuff like that goes. But as you can imagine, being away for a month with no means to really do anything puts you in a pretty big fucking hole. And plus, it's Christmas nonetheless. So that shit's fucked up, dude. So you guys have no idea how much that helps. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate the shit out of it, especially now because they really did kind of fuck me there by doing that shit. Kind of really put me in a hole there. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. What's up, Travis? What's up, dude? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we're gonna switch over post stream just for a minute. Just for a minute. You guys know I gotta get me a smoke in real quick. I'm trying to keep my eyes open over here. I gotta get me a smoke in. Burpee. Soda makes me burpee. Thanks, Kate, for the donation. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Kate. What's up, Mickey? Good to see you. I've missed you guys. I seriously have. I seriously have. When you go from doing this every single day to not being able to do it for a month straight, it's weird, dude. It's so weird and strange. I wasn't a fan. I accepted it. I wasn't a fan, though, I'll tell you that. How close are you going? Were you to going back to frying fish? See, I can't even read tonight. I can't even read tonight. How close was I to going back to frying fish? Dude, I was about to be forced to. too much longer, and I was about to be forced to. I wouldn't have had a choice. I wouldn't have had a choice. So, you know. But I was trying not to let it get to that point. I was like, you know what? Don't jump to any conclusions. Hang in there. We'll get it back. You know. But the whole time I was like, you know, I don't really miss the smell of that fish. Also, if you've been reaching out for coaching sessions on the Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, if you have been trying to get up with me with a coach for a coaching session, understand that I didn't have a means to call you. I didn't have a phone, didn't have anything like that. Probably why I didn't reply to you. So if you would like to resend your messages inquiring about coaching sessions, please feel free to do that now that I got my stuff back. And again, I do apologize for that month-long break there. It wasn't my choice. Sanchez. Let's see, what does he say? $7 tip from Sanchez says 69. How about 96? Same. I love this dude. I love this dude. Give a round of applause in chat for Sanchez. Making it rain, dude. Thank you guys. That helps me so much. I really, really appreciate it. Is 96 the same as 69? I will let the chat decide. Shout out to old mate, not sure for what though. What's up, old mate? Hey, shout out to old mate for just being a good dude. There you go. Is 96 the same as 69? Sanchez wants to know, chat. Wonder Bros ready to eat a Hot Pocket and pass the fuck out, dude. That would be amazing right now. I think I'm out of Hot Pockets, though. Terry, why'd you have to say that? I'm craving a Hot Pocket now. I ate a bowl of cereal when I woke up. Frosted Flakes, the only good cereal that exists. Obviously, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, man. Everybody knows that. Sanchez is something else, dude. I love it. Mike says, yes, it is. It is the same. 96 is the same as 69 to Mike's. Okay, there you go. You did it again, Sanchez. You found a way. I didn't think you could find a way to somehow hit 96 after we went over, or 69 rather. I didn't think you'd find some way to hit 69 after we went over 69, but you have found some way to do that. So I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. What hot pockets do you guys like the best? Let's have a vote right now in chat. What is the best hot pocket? I'm not going to tell you what I think the best hot pocket is. I'm just going to let you guys spam the chat. What is the best hot pocket? And then I'll tell you. And then I'll tell you what the best hot pocket is. If you count butts, then yes. 96 is what happens after 69 is over. That is the best comment I think I've ever read. That is the best comment I think I've ever read. So true. So true. Hey, there you go. Someone says steak and cheese hot pocket. Kay says steak and cheese hot pocket. Mike says ham and cheese. Tony, what's up, dude? We're talking about hot pockets. Welcome. Welcome to your very informative chat right now. Ghost just says hot pocket. Just hot pocket in general, I guess. So we got one for steak and cheese, one for ham and cheese, one for just straight hot pocket. I'll tell you what the best hot pocket is. I'll tell you what the worst is first. The worst hot pocket in existed is the pepperoni. Just straight pizza hot pocket is shit, in my opinion. My humble opinion. It's just no good. It's no good. It's too saucy. That's kind of nasty. The best hot pocket is steak and cheese. I got to give it to Kate. I've ordered so many boxes upon boxes of steak and cheese hot pockets in the big jumbo packs because they are delicious. They are absolutely delicious. Terry says Philly steak and cheese. Cherry agrees with us. Sanchez said pepperoni, and I just shit talked pepperoni for a good 2 minutes there. I apologize. I apologize, Sanchez. Ghost eats it empty, so that's what he meant. He just eats it empty, dude. He just likes the crust. Fair enough. Fair enough. It is December, retail tough this month, but it'll be over soon. It looks like you're keeping the right attitude, dude. Keep it up, building that new you instead of going back to that old you. I like it. Well, see, I'm not a huge fan of pizza sauce in general, Sanchez. I think that's what it is. That's why I hate on the pepperoni. I will order a pizza and I'll get light pizza sauce. I'm just not a huge pizza sauce kind of fan. The gingerbread man does look happy though, doesn't he? Doesn't he? I just watched that new movie Krampus the other day. I don't know if it's new. It's that horror movie about Christmas. It was actually pretty good. It had a bunch of little gingerbread men in it. So it's a good movie. Let's see. Let me hold on. Let me get logged in. You guys are probably confused by what I mean by that when I say let me get logged in. But I do have to log into my YouTube account on my browser um, in order to drop stuff in the chat. What is this? Why does it make me verify this every time? I think it's because I attempted to log in so many times during all that crap that now every time I log into my Google account, it makes me verify with a text code. To be fair, there's probably like 300 failed attempts to get into my Google account, so I guess I understand. I guess I understand why I have to verify every single time now. I get it. I get it. Okay, now that I'm logged in, Sanchez was wanting the Christmas wish list link. I will drop that in chat. That is completely optional, guys, as always. But if you are interested, I know last year people were wanting me to make a Christmas list. I didn't. I've never made one before, but this year I was like, you know what? I'll do that. I'll do that because I'm so behind from that month of bullshit that I will make the list. So I did. It's a very short list. There's not very many things on it. If you're interested in that, let me drop that in chat. Wonder, bro, do you ever get anxiety at this point? Do you mean like during holidays from like lost family members, stuff like that? I love the gingerbread man. It's so cute. I know a lot of people do get upset during holiday season. I wouldn't say that I get anxiety per se. I would say that there is moments where I'm like, man, it feels kind of lonely without these certain people around. You know, there is a little bit of grief, but I still make the most of it. I don't let it get me down. I still make the most of it. Still make the most of it. There's still plenty of people in my life that are important to me that are around. A handful of people. So, and all of you guys. So I do make the most of it. Also, guys, if you wouldn't mind, toss the stream a quick like. Let's get back on that. Toss the stream a quick like. At what point? Oh, do you? Oh, in general. Okay, see, I haven't had much sleep tonight. He means in general. No, I have what is called, and what I commonly refer to when I get asked that question. I tell people that I experience what is called quote unquote normal people anxiety. There's things that might make me nervous, and that's normal. As a human being, you're always going to have things that might make you nervous, right? As a human being, you're always going to have things that might make you nervous, and that is normal. So after you recover, understand that these emotions are still very much normal to experience. Being sensitized is not necessarily normal, right? Being overly anxious is not necessarily normal. Being anxious over very minor things is not necessarily normal. But having some crap go on in your life and that making you a little nervous and a little upset is normal. Like all the shit, without going into too much detail, but with all that shit that happened for this past month, of course I was nervous, right? But thanks to everything that I've learned, I was able to get through it just fine. I was able to get through it just fine. Even though it was a pretty big deal, I was able to get through it just fine. So, of course, as a human being, you're going to encounter things in your life that's going to make you a bit uneasy, right? But that is very much normal. And, with these tools, that's why I call it good life advice and not just good sensitization advice or anxiety advice. With these tools that you're learning here, you can sail through these things with much more ease, with much more ease. Much more easy. So being sensitized, not normal. We can heal your nerves. Being overly anxious over things, not normal. We can take care of that. We can retrain your brain. Being very triggered by minor things, not normal. We can take care of that. We can retrain your brain. But having just general kind of anxiety over things that happen, real things that happen, is a normal human response. But with the things that you've learned, it won't be a problem. It won't be a problem. Someone not mentioning names, but is on Discord, is fearful of psychosis or being delusional. What's your advice there? Worry slash second fear. So everyone knows that kind of knows my story. I had a big period there where I was very worried over going quote unquote crazy. That's what people call it. I was very worried over going quote unquote crazy, and I will tell you right away, these thoughts need to be handled the same as any other negative thought. That's why we can't take two people. Let's say we've got one person that's sensitized because they keep adding a bunch of worry to going crazy, second fear to that thought of going crazy. And then we've got another person who's sensitized because they keep adding a bunch of second fear to health anxiety, right? We're going to we're going to get those people to practice the same thing. So context is irrelevant. That's the first thing we need people to understand. Context is irrelevant. So whether your thought is going crazy or whether your thought is health anxiety, whatever, we treat it all the same. We cut out the middleman. And if the mind says you might go crazy, you say, so be it, I guess I will. See, now you're not giving the mind an opportunity to debate with you because you're going to lose that debate anyway. Now you're not gassing it up. Now you're not getting all screwed up with this resistance, right? So context is irrelevant. Okay, first and foremost, context is irrelevant, right? And we cut out the middleman. We go straight to it. We just sarcastically agree with it. We move on. And that might feel uncomfortable to you, but you're not going to win the fight, so you might as well try something new anyway. You've been trying to fight it for so long. Have you got far? Have you won it all? No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. You got to show your brain that these thoughts are not important by not giving them power. Just cut out that middleman. Under the same umbrella, absolutely. Wonder Bro, don't see any gifts for Nova. There isn't any gifts for Nova on this screen. There is on the main screen. There is on the main screen. There's not on this screen. I will try to add that. Let me see. Well, is it too much, though? Because she's already on the main screen. So I want to kind of mix it up a little bit. I think I want to mix it up a little bit. I think Terry was asking that question for somebody in the Discord on their behalf. Terry is very much healed. He's doing great. But yeah, I mean your answer is nonetheless still correct. Still correct nonetheless. Kate's making good progress too. Great progress actually from where she used to be. So I'm telling you, man, this stuff works, but you got to practice on building that new you. Like we said today, it's like building a muscle, man. You got to put in the effort to do it. You got to put in an effort to practice that accepting attitude and that accepting mindset. And it's not always easy, but you put in that effort anyway. Just like going to the gym and gaining big old muscles ain't necessarily the easiest thing in the world, but you do it anyway. You put in the work anyway. You reap the benefits later on. Gustavo's been making steady progress. Proud of Gustavo. All of you have, really. I mean, you really have. You got to give yourself credit sometimes. I love the dedication. I love seeing the dedication. I love seeing the attitude of, man, I can do better. I love that. I love to see the drive. But at the same time, give yourself a little bit of credit, man. Give yourself a little bit of credit. I love seeing the drive and motivation, but, you can still give yourself a pat on the back sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Also, while we're here, let me go ahead and drop the Discord link. We haven't done that in a minute. See if we can get some new folks over there. You want to join us on Discord? It's an awesome little community over there. Feel free to do so. You should see the Discord link pop up in the chat in just a second. There you go. How have you been, Mickey? Alright, let's see here. Oh, he's definitely kicking ass. 110% kicking ass. Wonder Bro Music. Sanchez, you gotta keep me on the ball tonight, dude. I'm half asleep over here. You're right. You're absolutely right. We need a little bit of music going. Let's get some Christmassy lo-fi going. Does that sound good? Everybody up for that? I'm sorry, I need something chill tonight. I don't have the energy for the techno beats, but we can do some chill lo-fi, some Christmas lo-fi. How's that sound? Sound good to everybody? Ooh, that's loud. That's loud. Hopefully it didn't scare anybody. There we go. Terry, dude, thank you. Thank you, Terry. Holy shit, dude, I appreciate you. Terry, thank you so much, man. Yeah, you guys got to keep me on the ball tonight. Terry, shout out, man. Shout out. Huge shout out to Terry. Give him a round of applause, guys. He sponsored tonight's stream. He's been a huge help. Thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate you. You have no idea. We were all showing our love to Terry in the Discord the other day, man. He deserved it. He deserves it. He's an outstanding guy. Terry again. Terry again, man. Thank you so much, dude. Making it rain. Hey, let's take a minute, chat. Take a minute to spam that chat with some emotes for Terry and Terry's honor and everybody else's honor who's tipped tonight. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. That's insane. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Like I said, with that month of bullshit, and especially with Christmas, it helps more than you know. It helps more than you know, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. You have no idea. No idea. You really don't. Thank you so much. What would I do without you guys? I know what I would do. I'd have to flip and fry fish. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Yeah, man. Show some love to all of our tippers, guys. We love them. We don't know what we would do without them. Let's go through the list again real quick. Gustavo, Terry, Sanchez, Kate, I believe. Is that everybody? Gustavo, Terry, Sanchez, Kate. I hope I didn't leave anybody out, but I think that is it. I think we got it. Thank you, guys. After everybody recovers, the birds will fly away, then new birds arrive. That's how it goes, man. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. We've been through several different cycles of regulars here. There's a few OGs that stick around, just to hang out and shit. Terry, for example, is one of them. But we have been through several cycles of people here on the channel. People come in, they stick around, they become regulars, they heal, we never hear from them again. It's bittersweet, and I love it. Sometimes they'll drop in and they'll leave positive comments to boost other people up, and they'll tell them how great it is, and I love seeing that. And but it is bittersweet. It is bittersweet, but it's just a part of what we do here. Just a part of what we do here. Comes with the territory. Every now and then we get somebody that sticks with it no matter what. Terry's a good example of that. But I don't blame people that just fly away and never come back. I understand. That's what we want, at the end of the day. So oh, we got an ad. We got an ad and I missed it. There we go. There's several people that come to mind that I can think of, and I'm just kind of like, man, I wonder how they're doing today. I'd love to know, but the fact that they're not here tells me that they're probably too busy living life. So it's definitely a bittersweet thing. Hey, Terry's the man, dude. I don't know what I'd do without Terry. I'm doing way, way better. That's great, old mate. Keep it up. Like I said, it's like training a muscle, dude. You got to get this new accepting you attitude built up just as strong as the old attitude. And that's gonna require being in the trenches sometimes and putting in the work while you're in the trenches, dude. I mean, that's, it's a part of it. But I'm glad you're doing better. Keep it up, dude. Bum, bum, bum. Who's that? Who's that? I can't see. Who's that? Terry, dude. Terry, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Terry coming in with another $5 tip. Thank you so much, Terry. You guys are awesome. I love you. I love you so much. Terry's practically being Santa Claus over here tonight. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think I'll ever, I don't think I will leave and never come back. It's totally understandable if you do. It's totally understandable if you do, but if you want to stick around, that's fine too. I will always support this channel anytime a video pops up. I like it no matter what. You put a consistent product every time. So helpful. You got me through the hardest time of my life. Love to hear it, dude. That's why I do exactly what I do. There's $5. Go get some steak and cheese hot pockets. I got you, Terry. Hey, thank you, man. Terry the GOAT. Kate says, sorry, Wonder Bro, I'd like to stay to help people. Damn it. Damn it. We're never going to get rid of you, are we? Son of a bitch. Oh, Kate. You know you're one of my favorites. Terry is the new standard, yes. Yes, yes. Me, not so much. Hey, you were just picking yourself up a minute ago. You know you're doing better, dude. Keep at it. That's what I want to see. This time of year is when I got super sensitized last year. I'm feeling afraid of going back to getting panic attacks and being anxious. I'm feeling physical symptoms every day. So we see where the problem is. We see where the problem is already very clearly. You say, I'm afraid of feeling going back to getting panic attacks and being anxious. So you need to change that attitude. We've got to work on the accepting inner voice in that moment. We no longer say, I'm feeling afraid of going back to panic attacks and being anxious. You might be anxious. You might have some fear. But we've got to work on building the accepting muscle so to that we say, you know what, if panic attacks come, they come. We practice the accepting inner voice even if we don't believe it. Right now is your moment. Do you see what we're getting at? Right now is your moment. And that's a perfect example of that. Perfect example of that. Perfect example of that. I couldn't give you a better example than right there. It's in those moments where we stop ourselves mid-sentence and we start building the muscle of who we want to be. It's in those moments where we stop ourselves and we start building the new us, right? Thanks again, Wonderbro, for having the live stream at last minute and tired as hell. It's all good, Terry. I'm glad you talked me into it, dude. I really am. It's all good, man. I'm super glad you talked me into it. You're the one who needs to be thanked here, not me. Appreciate you, dude. I really, really do. I'm going to drop that Christmas wish list one more time for anybody who missed it earlier. If you'd like to check that out, feel free to. But yeah, Terry, you're the one who needs all the thanks here, man. Not me. Skull meat. I think that's literally the best way I've ever heard a brain worded before. I give you major props on that. Skull meat. Interesting. Very interesting wording. I love it. I love it. Love it. I was like, where'd the music go? Yeah, huge shout out to Cherry. Any progress on getting a PO box? No PO box, just the wish list right now. If you order off the you already know this, Sanchez, but if you order off the wish list, they come straight to me. So you already know that. You're already aware of that. But for anyone who wasn't, we have Sanchez to thank for the awesome new live sign, which you can't see on the crappy webcam, makes it all blurry. But when we're using our good camera, when that's actually charged, it's a really awesome sign. I love it. I'm saying skull meat from now on. Me too. You know what? Me too. Even if the word brain has to be in one of my streams in the future in the title, I'm just gonna use skull meat instead. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? With their favorite Wonder Bro gif on it. I swear, I didn't even know those were a thing until they were sent to me, and I was like, what is going on? What is going on? Hell, I've worked a 12-hour day and later hosted a VC on Discord. I feel for you and being tired as fuck. Hell, it's all good though. I know, dude. I know. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that once you do it, you're glad you did it. That's like most things, I feel, though. That is like most things. Once you do it, you're glad you did it. My words have caught on. What do we do when you've been triggered and not adding any worry second fear, but our brain has gotten really introspective? So if you're triggered but you're not adding any second fear or worry, then you're on the right track. You've got to let the feelings burn out. You've got to let the thoughts burn out. If you're not worrying or adding any second fear, you're doing all that you possibly can do. There's nothing more for you to do. There's nothing realistically for you to do. There's nothing more, again, that you can do. Right? So if you're not adding any second fear or any worry, you're already on the right track. Just get on with your day. Right? You've done your job. Now just continue to do your job. Hey, thank you for spreading that positivity, dude. Yeah, that was a good question. That was a good question, but understand that you've only got one job, and if you're doing your job, then you're good. You are good. Love and hugs. Alright guys, we just passed that 1 hour mark, so we're going to go ahead and start to shut it down here, man. I appreciate you guys again so much. Thank you for everything. A huge shout out once again before we end here to Terry. Thank you so much, Terry, for sponsoring tonight's stream, dude. I love you. Huge shout out again to Kate Sanchez Gustavo. Yes, Kate Sanchez Gustavo, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to everyone else for watching. I appreciate you as well. Make sure you leave a like. It's good to be back, baby. It's good to be back. Remember your one job. You got to practice that accepting attitude. Even if you don't feel like it, it's like working out a muscle. Keep at it. You're going to get there. Keep at it even when you don't feel like keeping at it. That's the important part. All right, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful, amazing night. I love you, and I'm sure I'll see you very soon. Until next time, as always, stay awesome.